Still on my buffoon shit. I be on my buffoon shit. I've been on my buffoon shit for about, since somewhere probably around in December now. And I can't get grounded and I can't get settled in my spirit, and I'm always agitated and I'm always afraid something's gonna just jump the fuck off. I'm just gonna fall fucking dead. I'm just like drained. Then don't have time to motherfucking heal from motherfucking shit that's motherfucking traumatizing. Motherfucker want you to keep moving and shit. God damn it. Won't you come here, please? And just hug me for a minute, you know? Just be encouraging. You can pat me. You ain't got to say shit. A hug, no words are required. Listen, if I want to pour my heart out, then sometimes just listen. You ain't got to have no answer for nothing because you might not understand where I'm coming from. I don't like to see people hurt. I don't know why. I just don't. It is not a good feeling. I like the feeling of pleasure more. Life is not always fucking pleasing. Then I began to realize what was wrong with me when I'm having some really severe mood swings. It's usually coming around to the anniversary of the death of my children or my loved ones, and then my grandmother in February, my son in February, my mother. It's like, when we come around the sun and I reach that time in space, when that hurt first occurred, is that hurt so great? And then when it has repeatedly happened in my life, when I get close to it, I start feeling overwhelmed because I've dealt with a lot of loss. And it's not easy. It's not easy to go on when you lose somebody that you love, and then people don't want to talk about it, so it's stored. And we hide it and we pack it up under the rug, and then when the rug gets packed up so high, we want to take it and throw it in the closet, and then we open the closet door, and the closet door is so full that ain't no room, and I can't even get in the bedroom because I got so much shit thrown underneath the carpet and hiding it and masking it and going shopping and spending up excessive amounts of cash just to try and feel better about a situation and not getting any better, and still not loving myself and the quality of my life anymore. When my life is important and your life is important too. I can't help but to see what color you is, but I will not use it as a tool. I want to talk to you about your motherfucking character. Fuck a political view. That's just another tool that is used. Got the right wing over here, that's right. You got the left wing over here, that's wrong. Who said they wrong? Who said they right? You got that bird in the middle then saying we can agree to disagree. That ain't neither one of y'all right nor wrong. I need both of y'all so I can fly strong. I don't know. Can you imagine a bird with just one wing? He can't fly no more. I don't know. Maybe he can. Maybe it's something I don't know. But I think he need both of his wings to fly. I'm sick of that motherfucking right wing, left wing, the motherfucking donkey, the asshole, and all of that bullshit. All these motherfucking symbols and all of these signs and shit. And no, it ain't my job to raise your children. It's your job. So don't come telling me how I can motherfucking talk in myspace.com. This is my little old piece of space that YouTube gave to me. And if they don't want to hear what I got to say, YouTube, then tell them to get the fuck up off my page. You do. You have the right to leave this page at any time. You is not obligated to stay here and listen and give your input. You can exit the building at any time. You and your children. You're supposed to set up parental guidance on them devices before you go over here and give them to them. And that should be the first thing that we want to do is parental guidance. I remember I had Showtime. I had Showtime on my television, and I came home from work one night, and they had been looking at Showtime, and the woman was on the horse. She was on the back of a horse, and she was like she was masturbating on the back of the horse. I'm like, I don't want my children, I don't want them doing it with no horses and shit. I don't even want them on the back of the horse masturbating. No, that is not sexy at all. Ugh, it might, you might find it sexually appealing because you ain't looking at the horse, you looking at the woman. I ain't looking at no woman like that, so I didn't find it attractive at all. And so I got rid of all of that shit. I went all the way back down to the motherfucking local channels and shit, and that's all they need is the local channels, and you can lock that shit up so that them children can't, and then they sneaky. They stand behind you and watch you when you typed your shit in. And they can memorize number quicker than your motherfucking ass can. Because while you fishing for the number, that's how they get caught. They sit there and they'll, I wonder what is it, 9. They'll tell on themselves because they so anxious for you to turn this shit on. Put some motherfucking Sesame Street on for them little motherfuckers, okay? They active. They active as fuck. We call them bad. They active. They don't know no better, but it's my job to teach them. It's my job to make sure that they are safe. It's my job to keep them close to me. And a mother can't even keep her child close to her no more because the motherfuckers want something. They so just took it all away from people making their own clothes at home. You can go up in here. You can go see the holistic person over here, the herbalist who knew what it took. He knew your conditions. But no, you got to go to Harvard. You cannot be practicing medicine. You have not been to school. You don't know what he knew. You don't know how he know what he even know. But you stole their practices. And you made words with their practices. And you put it in a book and say, you got to come over here and learn all of this and all of these big old fancy words that we use. And they know how to touch it and what's going on and can feel. And we don't know what they might have been using the coconuts and all kind of little neat, cool vines and devices and shit. And other motherfuckers deceived they shit and picked up they stuff and made a profit for it and said, you cannot do that right there. That's against God's laws. With not God being present. We don't know where God is and where he is and if he's ever been real or if he's an illusionist. Only thing they said that he was bronze with woolly hair. That's the only thing that they seem to know about this God now. I'm just saying. It was always God said this. It was always God said it now. And God said, let there be light. Who did God say he said? We need to know. Was God there to give account of all these things that he was accused of? Where was he at? We heard what everybody said about God, but we didn't never hear anything from, not too much from God himself. It's always what somebody else said. I'd be like, God damn, I don't want, you can't. When you just gotta wait till you get to heaven. Fuck that, I need to know some shit right now. Because I need for you to stop trying to let that be your motherfucking trump card. That's some motherfucker's trump card. With God, with the Bible. And what the hell do that mean? That don't mean you right and it don't mean I'm motherfucking wrong. It don't mean I'm right and it don't mean you wrong. Can you prove that shit? I need some motherfucking proof. I used to argue. I didn't argue no facts. I was delusional. Well, it just sound like it's real. Well, how do he sound real? Exactly, he sound like he real. So I don't have to really know whether it's true or not. It's just how I feel about it. So I would argue the issue. And I felt like, well, they said God real. So I would argue the issue with no actual supporting evidence. Scared to ask. You can't ask. You better not ask. God real. What the hell wrong with you? You trying to get me thrown out of this church? You trying to get a beating? You want them to openly whoop your ass? They said God real. You better go along with that shit. If you don't, they'll kill your ass. They said God told them to do this shit to us. Hell if I know. They said God told them to do it though. Then Moses said God said it. God said do it. He said, I went to God and I learned this and I learned that. God told him to do it. We have no proof. This is just what Moses said. Now, perhaps Moses was locked away somewhere. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. When these people were saying all these things, they could have been in a mental institution. They could have been before the court system, before the judge and the jury. And maybe they deemed some that they could not do anything with. I mean, I don't know. Why would they chop someone's head off? I don't know. I don't even know why they believe in corporal punishment. And look at the people who burned